Hey everybody, it's Kathy Champion and you're back here at my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Gastonia, North Carolina, and I am so happy that you have joined me today. I wasn't planning on coming on to do a video today, but I was cleaning out some stuff, sorting some cards, getting birthday and thank you cards kind of organized a little bit, and I ran across this card that I had not put together. And this is from the Art Gallery collection, and I will list everything that goes into this collection, but this is such a pretty card and I don't know why I didn't do it. So I'm going to go through our pieces and let you know exactly what we have here. I even have a piece of vellum. So as you can see, evidently I meant to do this card and I cut the pieces and had everything ready and then did not do it. Before we get started, let me remind you of my host code, and I want to thank all of you that have recently ordered the Butterfly Bouquet collection and any of the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set dies and paper. All of you are awesome. I thank you so much for the orders, and if you're interested in that, I keep reminding you, especially the paper, that is going to be gone. Once it's sold out, they will not be bringing that paper back. Sad, but true, because I love the fact that those dies fit over 8 pieces of that paper, which makes it super easy to throw a card together. So speaking of easy, we're going to do this today. And I am going to need to get my trimmer out because we're going to need to trim this vellum down to fit the front of this piece. And I think what I want to do, and I'm wondering, do I want to do the vellum? Maybe I don't want to do the vellum. Maybe I want to cut some of the strips of vellum just to put the words on. I wonder how that would look. Okay, I know, I'm indecisive. What I did when I cut these words out is I cut them twice and glued them together. So this is a little bit thicker than what it would normally be. But I think I'm going to just do this onto my card. The card base is 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm scored it at 4 1/4. So that gives me my typical A2 size card base. This piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we are going to go ahead and mat this right here on the front. And I'm going, since I did run this through the embossing folder, you can see the crinkled on it. I'm going to use some liquid glue because that's my favorite glue for putting down any type of embossing, because it gets into those nooks and crannies and just lends itself to giving you a better adhesion, which it would be very embarrassing to send a card to someone and it fall apart. We don't want that to happen. So I'm going to lay this down. Oh, come on. Let's get it nice and even. Nope. Not quite. Let's come over this way a little bit more. Up just a hair. And then commit. Okay. Now I'm going to press that down rather well. I want to make sure that I got enough of glue around the edges to make that stick. And I'm still kind of out on whether I want to put that vellum on there. Let's see. I still have this piece of vellum. I'm thinking I just want to do some strips of the vellum. I might do that and run that through an embossing folder and cut it. That, I think, would be very pretty. This piece of cardstock is for our inside, and we will stamp a message on the inside of that. But on the outside, I want this to say, just want to say, and I do have my little dot. I had lost my dot, so I found a little tiny hole punch and I punched another one out of the same Bumble Bee colored paper, And now we have our dot that we can put right there. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to get my, take your pick tool, which is right here, because I think we're going to need to use both ends of this. I'm going to pick that little dot up first, and I'm going to bring my glue. And I know that I want that dot to go right there, so I'm just going to put a drop of glue and then sit that down in it. A little help from my finger. And now I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm just going to hold this up like this, and I am going to run the tip of my glue all around these little pieces, just trying to coat it and get some glue on all of it. And then I want to make sure that I line that J up right there with the dot. And press it down. And then we're just going to continue to do this for the rest of these pieces. Just wanted to say, now what if we cut, let's emboss this. I'm not sure what I want to emboss it with, but let me look. I think I'm going back to that painted texture because that lends itself so well to this paper. And this is a 3D embossing folder, so I'm going to put my vellum in like that. And for this one, our sandwich is going to be our base plate, our embossing folder, and our specialty plate. This is the number 4 specialty plate, and that plate does come with the die cut machine. So it's not like it's something extra that you have to buy, which I always think is great because, you know, machines should come with what you need. So we crank that through very easily, and I'm going to just put that right there. And I'm going to put my sandwiches back together so when I get ready to cut again, I'll be ready to cut. And let's pull this off. Look how pretty that embossed. Love it. So now what I want to do is I want to just cut some strips off of this. So I think what I'm going to do is grab the trimmer. We're not done with that yet. So I'm going to grab my trimmer, and I absolutely love this trimmer. I'm going to cut some 1-inch strips, and I want about 3 of them. So 1, 2, and 3. And now let me decide if I want these to be a little shorter. I think I do. I think I'm going to cut them. Let's see how they would look in half. Yeah, we're going to cut these in half. So these are 4 1/4. So we're going to do 2 1/8, which would be right in half. That's that one, and 2 1/8. That's your second tick mark over if you're using this particular trimmer. Very easy. This has 1/16, 8ths, and 4ths on it, so it makes it really easy to get that special cut that you're looking for. All right, so now what I want to do is I want these to go just kind of willy-nilly across the bottom, just like this. I just want to scatter them. I don't want them to look like they're in any particular order, like that. And then we're going to put the just wanted to say I'm thinking of you. I like that. I think that's really attractive, and I'll tell you what we can do. We are going to put these together with some glue dots. I love glue dots with my vellum. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a dot here and put that there. And then I'm going to put another glue dot on this one, on the top. And we're going to stick this one down like that. And then the last one is going to go on like this. So one more glue dot. If you haven't tried the Stampin' Up glue dots, you really, really need to try them. They are awesome. And that's going to go like that. Then we can just glue this down, and where I'm going to glue it is right across the middle because I can hide that glue with my sentiment. So I am going to take glue and go right across the middle, just like that. Lay it down. As long as it's not coming off of the bottom, we're good. And now we can take this, and we actually gives us a little place to land this. And I think to land that, I'm going to actually put this on mini glue dots. So mini glue dots. And we're going to put probably about 5 across here. I'm going to put 1, 2, 1 on each end. And then I'm just going to start building from here and here. And then 1 in the middle. And I think that's good. Take your pick tool and see how easy it is to use this tool and just wrangle off these little pieces. And you'll see the item number. If you want to pick up one of these, I can guarantee you will not be disappointed, because this thing is so great for picking up little pieces, for poking the little dies out of your dies, the little bits and pieces. And I'm going to put that right there. And look how the vellum is starting to curl around it, which gives you a little texture. Kind of dresses up the card, I think. So now I'm going to put some liquid glue. Oh, let's stamp. We want to stamp. So let me get, I'm thinking of you. And then how about Peaceful Moments? Life is better with a friend like you. I love that. Let's see if that will fit on our card. And it will. So we are going to put that right there. And we need some ink. Our Momento Tuxedo Black. And a stamp block. Just like this. And now I'm going to ink this up. And get that straight. Isn't that pretty? Love the effects of the Stampin' Up because it is gorgeous. Now, y'all know that I have been butterfly crazy. So we're going to put a butterfly on this card just because we can. That one's too big. I love that blue though, because it will play off of the blue in the paper. So let's see what else we have. I got all kinds of butterflies. This one would be attractive. Let's do that one. I'm going to put it right here, and I am just going to use some regular glue and glue it flat down. I don't like to put dimensions inside of my cards for the simple fact it makes them hard to close. A little liquid glue right there. And that right there. Push it down, and now we're ready to adhere this. Let's see if this will, oh, look at the vellum on that. I gotta do it, y'all. Just a little bit of glue on the body of the butterfly holds these vellum pieces on really well. Just like that. I love the vellum wings to cut for these butterflies. They are just stunning. I will list the vellum. I'll also list the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set and the Brilliant Wings. And don't miss out on that page. I have some other packs of it coming. I think I ordered 2 or 3 more packs of it because it is just that pretty that I didn't want to be out of it. And of course it's only available while supplies last. So hopefully if you've loved it as much as I have, you've already ordered. I've had so many of y'all that have ordered the paper and the stamp sets, and I just want to thank you so much. Look how quick and easy we made that card. Oh my goodness. We're just a little over 15 minutes and this card is done. Just wanted to say I'm thinking of you. Life is better with friends like you, and a butterfly on the inside. It's so floral and pretty. I love that blue with the Calypso coral. These colors are coordinate so well. That Bumble Bee is in there. I love it. So if you like this card as much as I did, and you saw how quick it came together, of course, yes, I had all the pieces already pre-cut, which always makes things go fast. But, you know, you can cut your stuff and put it inside of a card and then sit and put it together later. And that's always a great way. When you're in the mood to cut paper, cut up your paper and piece your pieces together, and then you can come back later and put them together. Look how great that worked for me. I wasn't even thinking about doing this or putting the butterfly in this when I cut it, because this was long before the set came out. Love it. I hope y'all do. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. I love you all very much. And until we craft again, remember what I always say, because this is crucial to our living and to our worship. You know, God wants us to worship Him, and there's no better way than honoring Him with our speech and our actions. So, in closing, y'all always will hear me say, let everything that you do and say, every word that passes your lip, every action you display, bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. Be a living testimony to the goodness of God. And until we craft again, God bless. Bye-bye.